Good morning. It's Thursday morning again. It is Thursday, the 15th of August. We are chugging through the year pretty quickly. So we are going to be playing with one of the products from the next September to December mini catalogue. So I can't show you the catalogue, but I can show you some of the products. So the project that we're going to be playing with today is the Winterly Treetops, which is such a sweet. I've only just started playing with it. It's my class for September for the Card Makers Club, and I've really enjoyed playing with it. So hello, Wendy from soon to be stormy Minnesota. Ooh, did you have storms last week as well? Wasn't it summer storms for you last week as well? So we had a crazy day yesterday. I woke up in the morning and it was I live across the road from the ocean, and it was thick sea fog. And I could just see across the road. We've got scrub across the road from us, and then there's a shipyard, and then there's the ocean. So I couldn't see the slipway at all, could just see across the road. And it sort of backed off a little bit as the morning went on. And then it rolled back in mid-morning around 11 o'clock, and it was thick again, and I couldn't see across the road. And then it lifted lunchtime, and it was a beautiful sunny day. And then about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it all rolled back in again, and I couldn't see across the road. And it stayed that way until we went to bed. So it was a really, really crazy, really foggy day yesterday, but not overly cold either. So really weird. So hello, Katrina and Margaret. Good morning. So we're going to switch around. I've rumbled on longer than what I normally do. Let's switch the cameras around. Have a look at the suite to start with. Get onto our card, and then I'm going to show you a little sneak peek from next month's card class as well, and give you a little bit of info about that. So Winterly Treetops is the stamp set. Nests of Winter is the name of the whole suite. Oh, thank you, Becky. I really appreciate that. Hot and humid during the day for Wendy, and storms at night. Ooh, I'd have to put my earplugs in. They'd keep me awake during the night. So this set has got sentiments: sending thanks and much love, thinking of you always, and a friend like you brings me happiness. But it sort of has a Christmas feel to the stamp set as well. So I'm thinking that you could switch out your sentiments and turn them into Christmas. I reckon you could turn them into a happy birthday. But also I was sort of thinking, like, I've cut off the and much love and used them in two separate sentiments, and I've cut off the always and used the thinking of you, because it has that sort of Christmas feel to it. You know, there's always somebody who isn't joyous at Christmas time, not because they don't want to be, it's just because maybe circumstances in their life have led that they're having, you know, a not so happy Christmas. Maybe they've lost someone and they're celebrating, well, I won't say celebrating, but they're having Christmas without their loved one for the first time. So I think that some of these sentiments, like the thinking of you always, would be really nice at Christmas time for someone who's like that, or do you know what I mean? Like, so I think that there's a place for these types of sentiments at Christmas as well. So that's the stamp set. So I hope you understood what I meant, because I've certainly experienced that over the times as well. Okay, so dies. We have dies to cut out the two birds and the wreath, half a wreath, and whatever this thing is. I think it's leaves. I wish they'd made them into little berries. That would have been a lot better. But so we've got dies to cut those ones out, and then we've got some extra like pine leaves, and these two match over the top of each other, so you could cut one out in like a brownie color and one in green, and they sit on top of each other. So good morning to Bev and Leanne, Nicole, T, good morning. And then we have this bigger die, which is sort of like a framing die with the pine as well. So we have those. I don't think I actually need these today, so I'm going to pop them away. So this suite is on the bigger side. It's got oh, if I can get it in there. Okay, and I will use you. I don't think I need you. We have an embossing folder for this one, and this is one of those massive embossing folders as well. So you can do big pieces if you're going to be using it for scrapbooking and you want a bit of texture in your scrapbooking, then you can, you know, do bigger pieces for this. Like you could do this size and then perhaps have 2 photos on top of it. So I think that would look pretty cool. So this is the birchwood, and it is a 3D embossing folder, and this one is 6 inches by 8.5. So that is a nice big one. The paper is so nice. It is super, super nice. I've taken a liking to this image here. I really love the colorings in them, and there are a load of colors in them. So when I did my class for next month, I just picked out a couple of colors, and I'll show you them, and towards the end I'll give you a little sneak peek. But because there's so many different colors in here, right, with the birds, you can, you know, play around and have different types. Okay, so we've got that, and this is the other side, which is sort of like a little snowy scene. These birds are super cute. These ones here and these ones here, you will need to fussy cut them, but there's nice little sprigs and pine cones. I love green stripes. We're going to use this one today. These ones here, you can actually die cut them, so no worries with them. And then we've got some little extra, I was going to call them cherries and berries, and I love that print as well. And I'm going to keep saying, I love this one. I love this one. I love this one for a background. I think that's super, super pretty just in the background. Not so much. I don't really have been drawn to the back of that one. But this one here, you can cut into panels and just pop a sentiment on if you're looking for a quick card. That one's a really nice background too. It's got little like bird prints, footprints on there. That one I haven't used. I haven't been drawn to that one either, but I do like the tree on the background of that. So that is those ones there. And I'm just going to pop that on the floor because I've already picked out the pieces that I want to use. And then we have 2 embellishments. So this is a big suite. So this one's the Natural Tones linen thread. And I'm guessing that we have copper clay, night of navy, and garden green, because garden green is everybody's favorite green, right? I'm convincing you all. Garden green is lovely. And then we have embellishments, and these are earth tone shimmer gems. And I think, again, we have copper clay. Then we have, I think that one is crumb cake. The green, it could be garden green. It could be shaded spruce because we have a few greens. And there is another color at the top, which is just like a creamy vanilla that will probably go with anything. So, and they are quite shimmery, very pretty. Okay, so let's get, now that I've shown you the suite, and these will all be available on the 4th of September as well. So we'll put them out of the way. Now, I have gone through and I've picked out a, from the catalogue, from the annual catalogue, I've actually picked out one of the sketches along the bottom here. So they are tiny, and I'm just going to use it as a base because I think I'm going to add to it. But I'm going to do this one here. I'm going to bring that right up to the camera. So that one there is what I'm going to use for my base. And I think I'm going to add a circle over the top of it so that I can put my birds on top of the circle. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I'll put that back in there just in case I need to. No way. See, I knew I'd get a bite from somebody about garden green. Garden green is good, and I really wish we had a marker in garden green. I'm probably the only one, but you know, I'll accept that. Okay, I'm going to start. I've got a white base. I like to, I'm sort of on that little crisp white base type of run still. I've been using a lot of white bases lately. So I've got my white base and I've got a layer of white. And thank you, Keisha. Thank you. Someone needs to come and support me. So I'm going to grab the big machine for this one because we're going to emboss it with the birch. And because it's so big, we need to pull the big guns out. Oh, thank you, T. Lynn, I need to convince you a little bit harder for garden green. You are going to love it in this card, I promise. Okay, so we've got, this is the folder. So it's probably a bit hard to see, but there's a big sort of tree knot here, and I quite like that. But I know from where we're going to place our designer series paper that it'll probably get covered up. So what I'm going to do is position my card so that, because going by that sketch in the book, there was a layer that came across here. So I'm going to keep that layer. Actually, I've got some, don't mind me, I'm having one of those brain thoughts that are coming out of my mouth before they're supposed to. So I'm going to put my knot on this side so that we can at least see a little bit of it. So I'll put that in there. Hi, Marilyn. Yes. Oh, I should have pointed out the page for those sketches too, because they're sort of in the area more for the beginner, or not beginner, but for the next section, the quick and easy. So on page 22 is all of those sketches there. And the good news is that we have another bout of sketches coming in the next catalogue as well. And also, if you notice, I'm just going to flick through quickly and see whether I can find one. But as you go through the catalogue, there's actually little icons. I mean, I'm not going to be able to find one now. There's little icons. Oh, here you go. So for this one here, for example, page 73. So they've given us the pictures, the samples, and then there's the, oh, and it's actually the one that we're going to use today. So there's that same sketch icon here that they've done to design this card here. So that's quite funny that I stopped on that one, because that's the exact sketch that we are going to use. So that will be a bit fun as well. Nicole says she doesn't like Cajun Craze either. Oh my, oh, I can't even repeat the words that she said here. She was glad that Always Artichoke has gone. No, no, no. Always Artichoke and that sage green that we had were beautiful together. Cajun Craze, I don't use a whole heap, have to admit, but I don't dislike it. I think for man cards, they're really good. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Don't need that big machine again. Ooh. Okay. Okie dokie. So we are going, I do like bright colours too. My hubby's always telling me, make more bright colours, make more bright colours. So my cards. Now, I'm just going through my stash here because I pulled out a big piece of this because I didn't think that this would fit. But I'm not going to go cutting anything. I'm going to cut this panel last because I'm actually not 100% sure that I think I want it a little bit longer, but I will wait until I've prepared my other images. Before I do that. So I have cut out this bird here because I really, really love the colorings in that one. It's sort of, it's like, it could be either real red or cherry cobbler. They're both in the pack, but so that you can pretty well pick whichever one. I think it would go nicely with both. Here's some cherry cobbler, but I think it would also go really nicely with the real red. So you can pick whichever one you want. And then we've got a little bit of that through here, and then I think the colors in this are either crumb cake or grey granite, and then in the leaves is a mixture of that garden green and shaded spruce as well. So it's really pretty. There's a bit of pumpkin pie in there as well, so it's just a real it's one of my favorite ones. So we're going to pop, he's going to go on this side over here, and then I've got a piece of that garden green stripe because I love a good stripe, and then I've got some cherry cobbler, and I've also got another piece of green. So I think I will just grab this back because I'm going to do a cherry cobbler circle. So let me get that cut first, and for that I'm going to use Spotlight on Nature, and I do love this one here, the one that's just got the little indentations. Hey Vicky. So what I'm going to do is pop it down on my card. Do I want that size, which is going to give me quite a bit of red behind, or I can go for a smaller one to see as well. So we've got that. And then what I can also do, I think I'm going to go for the bigger one. And I do think I need this a little bit bigger, because then I'm going to put my circle down. And then, so this is how I sort of do all my planning. So I do think that this piece here is going to be bigger, which is okay, because you know what? We need to use our paper, don't we? Let's cut the circle and then we'll know where we're sitting a little bit more. Okay. That's okay, Vicky. We don't mind if you're a little bit late. Thanks for joining. Okay, let's cut this one out. Okay, so while I'm doing this, don't forget to redeem any coupon codes that you may have earned last month. You have, in Australia, you have until the 30th of August to get them in. And yeah, look at that, gorgeous. So please don't forget to use them. We don't, that, you know, that's in Australia it was $9 off your next order. So don't, well, for each coupon code. So if you got more than one coupon code, so please don't let them go. And we also have 15% off any of the, oh, see, I've coloured that one, but that one's wrong. Oh, I might be able to use you though. I've cut you out previously. I might be able to put a little bit more berries in there. What am I trying to say? Designer series paper. I'm going to do, actually no, I'm going to do sending thanks, I think. And I did hand cut these, and I will probably hand cut these as well. So you'll have to bear with me for that. But hopefully I can talk and cut at the same time. Hey Lois. Oh, we've only just started, so don't worry too much. It was just going through the products. So I've just embossed my white panel and cut out a circle so far. So yes, so any of the design series paper that is in the annual catalogue is on 15% off at the moment for August. So if you are wanting super bright cards, I do suggest the Full of Life pack of paper. So pretty. But there's also so many other gorgeous papers in there. Or if you've discovered a favourite, jump on and grab some more. Okay, so we'll get this. And because I'm going to cut it out, I'm not too fussed if I've got little flecks floating around. Oh, I'm going to say, you know, a couple of weeks ago I played with the enamel pearl stuff, and so my glass mat was a little bit on the grubby side because it had bits of pearlized enamel stuff all over it. I had to scrape it off with my fingernail. So if you use that stuff, I couldn't even use spray and wipe on it. If you use that stuff, make sure you clean your glass mat straight away, or you need one of those little scrapers to get the little bits off. Excuse me while I emboss. So if you are a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, Pam and I have the doors open, registrations open for our next Creative Carnival, and we are using the Sentimental Wishes set as our themes for our Christmas. And our Christmas ones, we always have so much more in terms of extra videos and projects and stuff. So you can go and teach your own customers. I'm just going to let this dry for a little bit before I go cutting into him. And I'm going to cut them apart as well. So I'll try and make this as quick as possible without, oh, did I just stick my finger in it? I never wait for it to calm down. Okay, so I will try my hardest to do this reasonably quickly and neatly, because you know, I do still want to send my cards. They'll go, oh man, that sentiment's cut out really, really badly. So So we have registration for Carnival open. If you need the link, let me know. But I do have the information up on my Facebook page. Oh, and I forgot. If you want, you'll notice that I haven't given measurements. I won't be giving measurements during today's card. So if you are wanting that, jump onto my newsletter list. If somebody wants to put my blog address, which is alisatilsner.com, in the comments, that would be fantastic. And you can hit the subscribe button there, and then this card will go out as a tutorial next week. I accidentally scheduled it this week's on Monday instead of Tuesday, so I was like, why is that turning up now? That was me. And what else is going on? Oh, I've just released the paper share for the mini catalogue, so that is up on my blog as well. You can register for that if you're in Australia. And I've got this class of Stamp by Mail still to organise. I have got loads and loads of stuff going on. Loads of stuff. Oh, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I know there's nothing as boring as watching. Thanks, Nicole. Appreciate that. Nothing as boring as watching somebody cut something out, right? Nearly there. But I do like, you know, the thinner sentiments so that I can spread them around however I want them. I just got a little daggy bit on the end there. And then keep this bit, much love, because that can be a sentiment on its own. Cut off the and then you've got much love. And you can even do just sending much love if you want. You don't have to have the thanks. So you can do that as well. So keep the other half of your sentiment so that you can use it on something else. Oh, okay. Oh, no, what didn't work? No rest for the wicked. I know, I've got so much going on. Keeps me busy, though. Keeps me, you know, out of trouble, I guess. So, okay, we've got these bits, we've got this bit, we've got those bits. All right, so next we need those two strips that were going on, and this is where I want to bring in my garden green. Yes. So I am going to probably that by, let's go bigger first, because we can always take off, but we can't put back on. So I'll go wide first. Yeah, I might do that one just a little bit longer, just to the, I'm going to throw that bit out too. Okay, chuck you guys on the floor, out of my way. Okay, lift these guys up. So you could easily just do these. I'm going to put that one over the top of that one because I like that one so much more. So you could have your card just like this without that extra bit, and I am going to use that. I'm just going to pretend that it goes, because I like the extra little berries. So you could have your card, boom, done, finished, all like that. Or you can pop in your, and make sure the birds are flying up the right way and not upside down, or you can pop in this extra layer, which is going to go under there. So let's cut that now. And I will do that by that. Yep. Don't mind me. Have I got an echo? I thought I heard an echo. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is just try and lift all of that up. I quite like it without the white, but let's follow the the, what do you call it, the sketch, and we'll put them over there. So now we're just adding that little bit extra. Nice. Okay, it's time to get stuck together. Oh, and I might use some of this green, garden green twine there somewhere. And I've also got those shimmers. So when I did my class, I actually didn't use either of these. I used iridescent pearls, but I'll show you them when we get to the end, so you can have a little sneak peek in case you're interested in the class. So in the class, I'll have it two different options. So if you're in Australia, come September, you can actually purchase the bundle and the paper. If you purchase them yourself, I will send you the card kit and the instructions for free. And if you are overseas, then I have the PDF, which is in the membership. So you can join that if you wish. And if you are in my membership and you do want to purchase that, then I will refund your membership fee for you. All right, so this one's going to go down first. I should have stuck all of this onto the panel and then stuck the panel on here, but I'll tie my ribbon around the whole card front, I think. All right, see, it's coming together super quick now. Going to offset that just ever so slightly. All right, let's get some of this going on. Oh, is that the end? Oh, that was easy to find. Super easy to find. Or should I do some fluff? No, I won't. I was going to say, should I do some fluff behind? But you know, I haven't done a regular bow like this for such a long time. So let's, have I got enough? I should have. So tighten a knot first. Sorry if there's clunking. Hubby is working in the shed today. All right, let's tie this in a bow. This twine feels like it's got a little bit of strength in it, like you know how some twines are quite floppy. This actually feels like it's been run through, like has got something on it to make that a little bit sturdy. You know, for the quilters, they'll know, you know, when you run your cotton thread through the wax, I know that that's to make it slide easier, but it sort of feels like it's got a little bit of strength in this twine. So it's not loose and floppy. Our bows will stand up to the test. They'll actually have nice loops instead of floppy ears. Okay, and scooch that up a little bit, and then we can get these happening. So this is an addition. The circle isn't actually in the sketch, so, but you know what? You can do whatever you fancy, can't you? Because it's your card, my card. All right, put these away so I don't use my good scissors to cut sticky. You're always going to have two pairs of scissors. Okay, nearly there, folks. Oh, we haven't taken very long at all. That's good. Still a quick card. All right, I'm actually going to scooch that up a little bit further. Come on. There we go. Because I want to see that beautiful green. I don't want to cover, and I love stripes, so I'm a stripy person. All right, let's cut some more of these. Okay, and I don't need to tuck anything under it, so although you do have to take care and make sure that you're not, like if I stuck a dimensional under here, it would be worthless because there's nothing for it to stick to. So you do have to take a little bit of care of where they're going. But I quite like it when they sort of sit up and not everything's attached. Okay, Robin, I used the Birchwood embossing folder. So I'll grab that in a sec. So I'm going to put it a little bit more towards the left of the circle, just so that I've got that room to pop my sentiment there as well. So that's the embossing folder that I used underneath. Okay, and then I've got these little, now these ones here come from the paper. There's the ones where you can die cut the birds. There's just a whole heap of different little berry clusters on the paper. Now I tried to use this yesterday and it oozed everywhere on me, and it's going to do it again. Don't like green, and I didn't even have it upside down. It's just wants to come out on its own. All right, see, now I've got sticky fingers. Should have just used my seal. Right, now I've got to slide it off because I can't pick it up. There we go. So I'm going to tuck this under and pretend that it's part of everything under there. Now, before I'll do these first. Now, this one's going to be a little bit tricky because I've got flat, and then under here, I'm going to have to double mount. So under the G, I'm going to double mount that one. And so I'll put my, I'll peel that off and double mount it because I've got height in the birds and height in the circle. So otherwise your sentiment's going to flop down. And I'm getting really close to the red line on here, so hopefully I've got enough just to get me through the rest of the card. So you do sending, you know, and sometimes you want to do, sometimes you might like to send a thank you card after Christmas as well. So it's still got that Christmas feel to it. Okay, now so this one, I'm going to actually pop it down, I think. So I'm going to put, this will be interesting. I've never had a sentiment that has had two different heights on it. So we'll put them there. Oops. And this is actually going to sit under. So sending thanks. So that's actually, sending is actually higher. I'll bring it up and show you in a second. All right, sending thanks. There's one thing that I want to do. I've got a white Posca. Lynn says, put a pin or needle into the eye of your tombow to give it air. I do have this one too. I was given this, but I need to fill it up. Well, now I can't even see to put that on. That's going to give me grief. I need to use that too. Okay, so I've got a white Posca. So you do need to shake them up pretty well each time before you use them. And I'm just going to do, it's just one of those little fine tip Poscas. And if you've got a white gel pen, you can use that. I always have trouble with my white gel pens going dead before they run out. And I'm just putting, I'll bring this up to the screen. I'm just putting some tiny little white highlight dots on my berries. You probably can't see it under there, but we'll put them on. Just sort of gives them a little lift. See how those little berries have just got that little bit of a lift now. And then our final little bit of bling. And, ooh. Which color? I'm going to either go for one of these two, I think. I might go for this creamier colored one. So let's pop just a few of these around. Just pop two on here. Because we've got a fairly full card. So there we go. Ta-da! Radio. Pack it up before I. Radio. So there is our card. So there's our sending thanks. So it's stepped up a little bit, stepped up on that one. You could put another, like just a single dimensional behind the end there if you wanted to, but everything else is sitting nice and flush. We've got a little bit of movement in these pieces here. You can sort of flick them up a little bit so that we've got some interest. So there we have it. So I really am enjoying them, even though they're not bright cards. I'm not going to show my husband because he'll go, but they're Christmassy colors, right? Without being too Christmassy. So yeah, I really like it. So I'll give you a quick flick of the next month's card projects. Now I've used 2 different color combinations, so but I've tried to keep the supplies still minimal. So these are the cards. So we've got those ones, and I just love that one. And then we have those ones there. So just a real simple, quick flick. So if you are interested in the class for this one, it is for September. And I have actually put the details up on my blog if you want to go and check them out already. But of course, you won't be able to purchase the products until September, but you can, you know, put it in your diary ready to go for that. And you can also sign up for the membership if you want them. You could put some Wink of Stella on these as well if you wanted to lift them up a little bit more, but I think that's pretty cool. Okay, thank you so much, Lily. Appreciate that. Okay, so thanks, Paulette. So thank you very much. Appreciate that. I just, you know how sometimes you work with a set and it's just like, oh my gosh, I just love it so much. I think that's one of these sets as well. And I did also, I'm just coming back to me for a sec. I did also do a colouring tutorial on how I coloured the blue and yellow birds. So that is up. I did that. I think I did that. Did I do it? Oh, I must have been Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? I think I did it Tuesday. So there's a video up on YouTube and also over in the Blends and Beyond group. So you can check them out as well. So I think that's it. I'm just going to run through my little graphics to make sure I've got everything. Make sure I've covered everything. I'll just pop my blog address up. So if you did want to subscribe to my newsletter, you can head over there. So all the instructions and all the products that I've used for this card will be out on Tuesday. Make sure I schedule it on Tuesday, not Monday. So, and that's it. So I will see you. Oh, now the other thing is that I've got the new Christmas wishes kit. And I have actually played with it a little bit, and I've done some alternative cards. So I'm thinking that we need to schedule a, I've done a couple of cards, extra cards. I'm thinking we need to schedule for next week in the evening, and we can go through and perhaps make some more alternative cards as well. And I'll show you the ones that I've already done. So stay tuned for that. If not, we will see you again next Thursday morning, same time. So thanks very much for joining me. Really appreciate it. And we'll catch you next week, maybe twice. See you later.